Hi guys, PD here. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to another new video. Welcome to a very special 3D Friday. Now you probably saw in the title of this video, are we going to get a VR mod for Starfield? The simple answer based on what I experienced today and what I'm about to show you in this video is yes. I played the game this morning and the 3D was fantastic. It worked perfectly. As you may be aware, there is a universal VR mod coming towards the end of the year. Also, a way for me to explore Unreal games to see if we're getting a VR mod is to play these games in Reshade, Super Depth 3D and play them in a VR headset. Based on what I tried this morning, yes, I do believe we're going to get a VR mod. Either we're going to get a standalone mod from someone like Prairie Dog or Luke Ross, or you will be able to play this game with the universal Unreal mod coming later this year. I like to try Unreal games in Reshade and Super Depth 3D. Basically it puts me inside a 3D world. It's not quite VR where I've got a 3D world around me, and it's not quite like a 3D cinema experience. So when you go to the cinema to watch a 3D film, you can see the edge of your screen. The method I use in this video to play the game in 3D, basically it's a giant 3D screen that I can wrap around me. I can look to my left and right, I can look slightly up and down, and I'm still in the 3D world. It doesn't feel like I'm playing on a 2D monitor that's got a 3D screen. Because the screen wraps around me, I do feel like I'm inside the game, just like a normal VR game. I'm still getting the same sensation, a 3D depth that I get when I play a normal VR game. Now the only difference playing these games in Reshade is you have to play the games like you do a pancake game. So you play these games with like a mouse and keyboard or gamepad. If you can't wait for a VR mod and you want to try this game right now in 3D, if you've got the game, the rest of the process is free. Reshade is free. I'm going to show you my guide from start to finish on how to get this up and running. There's no talking from me during the gameplay. It was early this morning and I did not want to wake my family up. So I'm going to be talking now to explain to you what I'm doing in the video. The first thing I'm going to do is run the game at least once, because I need certain files and folders for Reshade to find to be able to convert the game into 3D. So right now look, I'm going to my Steam library, I'm going to run the game. So this is my first time booting up the game. I'm playing the game today with the gamepad. I'm checking through the settings. Displays on 4K, and I'm going to turn everything down to low because this game's quite demanding and I'm having to run the game twice. Also, I'm having to record the footage as well. So when I do make these types of videos in Reshade, I like to turn everything to low. Motion blur off. Make sure VSync is off. Upscaling, that needs to be off. Enable VRS. That also needs to be off. I'm going to turn film grain intensity off. I'm going to leave the depth field alone. Now ideally I'm looking for an FOV option. I cannot find one in this game. Adding more FOV to a game ready for 3D gives you a much better 3D effect when you're playing it in a VR headset. Everything else looks fine. I'm just double checking to see if there's any options I need to turn off. I'm going to quit the game. And now I'm going to head over to Reshade and I'm going to check for the latest file. There's a brand new Reshade 5.9.2. I'm going to download it and I'm going to run it. Reshade is now going to search my PC for all my PC games. Okay, we found the Starfield exe file. I'm going to select it and then select next. DirectX 10.11.12, click on next. Uncheck everything, make sure you select Depth 3D by Blue Sky Defender, click OK. Reshade is going to download all the files, click next, make sure these boxes are ticked, click next again. Now we're going to boot up the game and I can see Reshade's working. I can see the menu at the top of the screen. We're going to start a brand new game and I'm going to get to a section in the game where we can check that the 3D is working. Okay, so I'll just quit the intro sequence. I can move my camera around with the gamepad. So now I'm going to hit the home key to bring up the Reshade menu. Click on continue and again make sure you select SuperDepth 3D_VR. Click on continue. I'm going to set up my IPD. That's the distance between the pupils of my eyes. My IPD is 64, so I'm going to set the eye focus adjustment to 64. Then we're going to scroll down. You're looking for this section here, look, depth map. I'm going to select depth map range. This is my depth map view, so I'm looking for a gradient in the colour of grey. I can't see any distinction at the moment, so I'm going to increase the 3D depth. This is going to give me more 3D in the game. At the moment I can see the 3D is not working. I'm going to select this option here, DM1 reversed. And as you can see from my reaction on the screen, it's working. 3D is working. Now you can physically see the 3D here. The darker the grey, the closer an object is to your eye. So that screen I just showed you with all the greys is showing me a really nice 3D depth map. Now I'm just testing that the game's running okay and there's no like performance issues when I turn around. I'm going to check in my Rift S to see if the 3D is working. So I'm just setting up my Rift S now. I'm going to go to my Steam library and I'm going to run Virtual Desktop. Virtual Desktop is going to allow me to watch the split screen in 3D in my headset. When you run Virtual Desktop, make sure you select the half SPS mode, which is half side by side. That's what you can see on the screen right now. You can see a side-by-side image, SPS. You can watch this video in 3D in a VR headset using Virtual Desktop, big screen or any browser that supports stereoscopic viewing. Now I'm going to shrink myself right down into the bottom corners of the screen so that you can watch this in 3D and I'm still in the picture.
But not you.
Now we're going to play the game and I can tell you straight away, the 3D is amazing. This game looks incredible and these are on the low settings. So I can only imagine this game cranked up with a bit more quality in the graphics and with a proper VR mod.
Know what I love about working in Freestar Collective space? Fewer regs. A job like this,
I've never played the game, I've not seen any trailers, so this is all fresh and new to me. Now you might see me looking to the left and right in the bottom image. That's because I've got all that screen to look around that I'm inside the world. There's a few ways to describe what I can see at this moment in time. Imagine I'm playing this game in a 3D fish tank. I'm looking inside that fish tank and I can see these characters right up close. I can see all the cave system in the background. Everything's in 3D. And being in 3D, everything's so lifelike. The size and everything, the scope and the scale. I feel like a real person playing the game, walking through these levels. Now, I don't get that same sensation when I play these games on a flat screen. Also, another way to explain what I'm seeing, imagine you're playing the flat game on your monitor, and imagine that flat game as a brochure when you're going on holiday and the travel agent hands over the brochure so you can see where you want to go on your holiday destination. Now imagine you're on holiday and you're at that place for real. That's how this feels for me. When I'm playing these games in 3D in a VR headset, I feel like I'm there for real. And this is the next best thing to being a natural VR game. If you've got a VR headset, you've got the game, you've got nothing to lose to give this a go, because Reshade is free. Also, you can try this technique with any Unreal game. The bonus of trying this method with Unreal games is if they work, then you know they're going to work with the Universal VR mod that's coming very soon. If you've seen any of the Universal VR mod trailers that some of the modders have been putting out, you will notice they feature the same games I've featured in 3D.
I think we'll be done here soon. Now I hear this is the last dig. I'm busy. Is there anyone else to bother?
So any of my videos I've featured in 3D, you can guarantee those games are going to work with the Universal VR mod.
You got a few more digs to go before I feel like talking to you.
How'd they sucker you to join? Fall for the fancy pamphlets?
I'm in my element right now. This is absolutely amazing. My first experience playing this game, I feel like I was there for real. At the start of this video, I set my 3D depth to 50. Now when you get your weapon out, it's a bit too much. So, throughout the rest of the experience, I had my 3D depth on 30.
Ella, get the readings.
Yeah, about that.
Problem?
Not if you consider a spike in gravity readings a problem.
I don't.
You don't?
What we're after, it'll read as an anomaly. That's what I was told anyway.
Okay, now you're starting to freak me out.
Relax. It's just another job. Come on.
We're getting close, I think. Yeah, everything is just... Lynn, seriously, there's something really effed up about this.
Where is it, Hella?
Through there. I think.
Okay, you're up. Something goes wrong in there, we'll come get you.
Why would anything go wrong?
Would you shut up? Both of you do your jobs. Client is on his way.
Hey, don't look at me. I've done my part.
Now you might notice some artifacting around the weapon because it's so close to my body. It's reshade trying to convert the model of the gun into 3D. The lower the 3D, the more the artifact will disappear. But for me, having a 3D depth at 30 was perfect. I did not spend too much time looking down at the weapon anyway. I was too busy looking in front of me. There are some day one issues with the game and everybody's waiting for like a day one patch. You might notice that some of the sound is missing. Some of the voices on the characters are out of sync. That's got nothing to do with reshade. It's the game itself. Like I said, we're waiting for a patch. And if you go to Steam, lots of people are having the same issues.
Still getting weird gravity readings. I guess that's a good thing. Just keep going.
Do you see anything?
This section in 3D looks absolutely amazing with all these like particles floating in front of your face. And I really love this next bit. Again, you can see some artifacts on my hand. That looked really cool in 3D.
Hey, come on. Come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
If you've never tried a game in 3D in a VR headset, then you're really missing out. It's something you need to try. You can also watch these videos on the brand new 3D tablets. I've got the Loompad 2. I can watch my own videos in 3D without glasses on the Loompad 2. I can also watch my videos on the Rokin Max, which are the glasses that you can get. I showcased them in a video a few weeks ago. You can also watch my videos, which a lot of people do, on the old 3D TVs. And apparently, some people have told me they've been watching my 3D videos on a 3D projector. This is the character selection screen. I've gone for Xenobiologist. It was a cross-up between Explorer or Xeno.
Still can't believe we have a genuine alien life researcher here. Figured you were scraping together credits after a bad lab accident or something. Well, you got the sample. Client's on his way, then we all get paid. You remember anything that happened? Huh. Well, you passed out, that's for sure. Everything else, probably just your brain playing tricks. Either way, we got what we were looking for.
All this trouble for that stupid thing? Sure don't look like much.
Never mind what it looks like. It's worth more than this mine has pulled in all month. We'll be... Speak of the devil.
This game's got like a third-person mode, and you've got two different third-person views. a short range one and a long range one.
Constellation contact is
Because I'm playing the game in 3D,
Wait,
I want to be fully immersed. I'm going first person all the way.
they were kind of a joke.
not a joke. You're just too young to know better.
Hey, I'm just saying they got a reputation.
Whoa. You don't look good.
These worlds in 3D are so immersive and you get to see so much more detail. I like to take my time to explore everywhere, take it all in.
Just trying to get through my shift.
And these are going to be my first impressions of playing this game. And I feel like I was there for real. I felt like a real explorer on this spaceship, following these real people.
You alright? You need some coffee or something?
Don't knock 3D, guys. It is mind-blowing. It really, really is.
Heller putting that first aid seminar to work on you, huh?
This has been a good run.
You lucked out being picked up for this one.
Based on people having performance issues with the game, I'm playing the game today on my Rift S. I'm playing on the Rift S because I get a performance boost. The only downside is I've got screen door on my Rift S.
Alright, Dusty. Airlock. Put your helmet on.
Ideally, you want to play this game on a new headset, something like a Quest 2, a Quest Pro, a Pico 4, or Pimax Crystal. The views outside, absolutely stunning. I felt like I was on a real alien planet. Watching that ship come in was a moment I will never forget. Again, I've gone off the beaten path because I want to explore. I want to see this amazing world. This view is stunning. I'm also in for a big shock when I get to see how big the ship is. Watching this game on a flat screen or playing the game on a flat screen does not do justice to the size of this ship. When I'm playing this game in 3D, this ship is huge, and I mean huge. If you've played No Man's Sky in VR and you've seen one of the big cruiser ships, I'm not talking about the small ship that you fly, I'm talking about the big cruiser ships. The ship in this game that you fly is as big as those cruisers that you can see in No Man's Sky in VR. It is gigantic, guys.
Right here. The new guy found it.
That's right. And everything went cool? Just like grabbing those minerals on Bendy?
Kazan. And no, Barrett. Not cool. He passed out after the extraction. Woke up saying all kinds of nonsense.
Is that right, cowboy? Went on a trip, huh? All right. Little disappointing, not gonna lie, but reveling in the weird of space isn't everyone's idea of a good time. I get it.
Look, just hand over
It's
the
early
package,
morning, I'm just having
and
my
I'll be
cup of
happy to
coffee.
never see this thing, or you, ever again.
That's why I like you, Lynn. All business.
Barrett, the scanners on the frontier are reporting a ship coming in.
Barrett?
There's a really cool moment here. This is the first time we encounter combat.
Time for a fight!
I did get a few performance issues in the game with freezing at this point in the game, so I've tried to cut out all the sections where the game freezes. Combat was working really well with the game. I could feel the haptics in my gamepad rumbling. One left. Take him out, PD. You got this. Take out the scum.
This attack better not be coming out of our pay.
One small step for mankind, one giant leap for 3D.
Barrett was being followed every time.
Well, that was some fine work under pressure. You dug up the artifact, right? That means you saw it. The visions? You're coming with me to Constellation. You're part of this now. Nothing wrong with honest work. Although, yes. See your point.
Oh no, Barrett. No. You think you're just going to take off after the mess you caused?
All right. I guess I did just put you all on the Crimson Fleet hit list. How about I stay and I send your Dusty here in my place? I know, but he's not some miner anymore, Lynn. Soon as he touched that rock, something changed. Don't tell me you can't feel it.
Fine. It's a deal. Get out of here, Dusty. You're on to bigger things. Just go. Before I say something I regret.
Well, now that that's settled. Vasco, get him to the lodge. No deviations unless absolutely necessary, okay? Protocol Indigo.
Indigo. Again. Very well.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there. And it even tells the time.
I am 100% confident this game will be getting a VR mod of some kind. The best we could hope for is for Bethesda to give us an official VR mode for the game.
Hey, look at that. The watch fits you perfectly. Now, questions? Technically, it's not even mine. Consider it a loan. Vasco will keep you on course. Besides, I'm making an exception since you can tell Constellation about that vision you had. And Vasco, don't let him break my ship. We're still in one piece.
We're about to board the ship, but because I'm so impressed with how amazing the game looks, I'm going to have one more look at the environment. So here I go, look, walking under my giant ship, which looks massive in 3D. Do not underestimate the power of 3D, because it makes things look real. Here's another look at the amazing landscape. Hopefully you guys are watching this in 3D right now. That ship looks amazing, and I have to confess, I did watch the tested video of them building the ship from the game. After watching that video, I tried to find a Lego model. Sadly, there's no Lego model available for the ship yet, but I'm looking out for one.
Robotics Day. Captain, I assume you know how to fly a Class A starship. As Barrett likes to say, it's as easy as learning to ride a bike. I will attempt to boost the shields, just in case there are any difficulties.
Again, the interior of the ship looks amazing. It's so big, it's lifelike. I feel like a real person walking down these corridors. Right now I'm in my element. I've got a big smile on my face.
Shields ready. The rest is up to you.
We're going to go into space, we're going to do some dogfighting. Now I need to mention, for some reason, I don't know why, but when I was in the cockpit, there's no 3D, or there's very minimal 3D.
To test all controls and systems to ensure they are not on the verge of catastrophic failure. I can step you through the entire process, or if you're already an experienced pilot, just power up all the systems and we'll be on our way.
Again, in third person mode behind the ship, the 3D, I don't think I could see any 3D. If there's any 3D there, it's very, very minimal. I don't know what's happening with the space combat part of the game, with Reshade or the Unreal Engine, but the 3D, for me, I could not see it. I think it's there very slightly, but it's not as prominent as what you saw previously when you're roaming around in first person. I'm going to be really curious to see if this issue pops up with any VR mod or the Universal VR mod that's coming soon as well. So I'm going to be looking out for any videos where the modder has said there's a problem when you play the game in space. But you can still play this part of the game in third person mode on a big flat screen, and it still looks better than playing on the monitor. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe. Be sure to hit my little bell. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Let's turn our attention to the shields. Try adjusting power to the shields. Notice more power increases their strength. Shields protect the ship from hull damage. Without a hull, but be vaporized. Shield health is displayed in the lower right. It's below it. You've proven an adequate pilot. Are you familiar with ship combat tactics? Because that's a Crimson Fleet ship bringing its weapons to bear. We will need to disable their shields. Laser-based weaponry is particularly effective. If you can keep the enemy ship centered on the HUD, we can lock in to fire a homing missile. The enemy shields are down, Captain. Ballistic weaponry excels at damaging the hull once shields are offline. Congratulations on surviving your first Starship assault, Captain. We should search the wreckage for spare parts and other salvage. You will need to fly close to it before we can access the remains. Crimson Fleet ships are jumping into our location, Captain.
If you're into VR gaming, go and subscribe to Paradise Decay. He's been like, he's the OGs of VR gaming, okay?
It's funny, as I was walking from the train station, I bumped into Paradise Decay, who obviously mods our streams regularly and is like, you know, a huge part of the community. And Dr. Oculus, they were kind of lost walking around, and I went up to approach him, and Paradise Decay thought I was going to mug him or something. But I actually just went and just gave him a big hug. So all right, let's go, boys. Let's make the magic happen.
So you tried to salvage it?
Nathy, if you want, I can hide your nameplate.
Why?
Then people can't see how bad you are.
That roast. Someone called a fire brigade. Nathan's on fire. He just got roasted by PD.
Might want to break there, Mike.
Why is PD going the wrong way around the track?
Shits and giggles.
That's awesome.
His eyes are sorted now.
Yeah, I gotta say, his eyes have been fixed. He should be alright now. His eyes have been fixed.
Oh yeah, you're in. Okay.
Whoa, there he is.
Jesus Christ.
Off track.
PD, I was dead. You were running around for me like, Steve, where are you?
That's why it was perfect. He didn't even know he could kill people.
Hey, we're not friends anymore, PD. It's over, man. It's over.
PD's sitting there playing the fool. He's like, how do I get rid of the map? What's going on?
Yeah, he totally was doing that. I was totally thrown off by that.
What a blissful life to be looking for Steve.